Hey everyone. So I know it's been a while. I'm not sure how long, but it doesn't matter now. The only thing that matters is I'm making another blog. So here's what's been going on lately. I have been preparing for WonderCon, which comes up in March. It's a comic convention in Anaheim, so it's about 30 minutes away, not too far. And I'm planning to cosplay as Seneca Crane and Nightwing, which I'm currently putting together the Nightwing costume. Some of it was purchased, but some of it, like the gloves, are being custom made by me and my mom. Yes, I'm zooming up. Uh, let's see. Other things. I have continued with Mount Sac for another semester in voice acting. Well, not voice acting, I should say, because there's no advanced voice acting. So it's RTV, radio and television, 96, which is where you have to do a certain amount of hours per week at the online campus or on-campus radio station. So I did find a way to go ahead and do that, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'll be landing my voice, but nonetheless, kind of cool. I've been doing a lot of music editing, or not so much music editing, but editing a drama show, which I actually did lend my voice for. So that's kind of fun. Editing on Pro Tools, which I know how to do to a certain point. Yeah, fun. So it just started last week, and let me tell you, the cars to find parking were insane. Usually on one side, outside of a structured parking lot, it has no parking anytime. Yeah, there's at least 80 cars there, all lined up. Insane. But the college actually allowed it because there was such an overflow of students. So I was lucky to find some parking off campus on a residential street, and I thought I was going to be late to my class, but apparently the class starts later on because there are two versions of this class, and they forgot to tell me that they combine them both together. And even though technically they are separate, they're the same concept, but one's 1 credit and the other one's 2 credits. So yeah, and yes, as far as voice acting goes, there's this thing that happens every other Wednesday. Sometimes I'll check it out, sometimes I won't. I only went to it once, it seems alright. And basically, it's similar to the voice acting class, the beginning voice acting class, where they give you a script, you learn it, you create a voice, or you just act to it and bring that character to life. And they record it onto a USB that you bring, and they give you pointers. And basically, that experience was pretty good. There was one minor thing that just kind of holds me back, and I know I should get past it, but usually when you do voiceovers, just like that one, it's there was about 10 people there. I was probably the fourth or fifth one to go up. So they do 2 scripts instead of 1. And I was pretty nervous, but I went up and I thought the one I had a fake voice for, I thought I was going to do really badly, and I actually did somewhat good. And the one that I used my normal voice for actually didn't do that well, which I found kind of ironic. But the thing that kind of put me off was every time someone would finish and they come out and go sit down, people would clap to, you know, give them a positive outlook on what their performance was. And out of everyone, when I came out and sat down, no one clapped. So, I mean, that's my first time there. It seems like everyone else kind of knew each other, but for no one to clap, it makes you feel more like an outsider. It makes you feel like your performance was less than everyone else's. Kind of sucks. Again, I have to move past that. There might be one coming up next week, so hopefully I'll go to that one. And yes, they're not free. I do have to pay for them, but they're less than 40 usually. So that's bonus. Good. Let's see, what else has been going on? Also, a very happy belated birthday to my good friend Rich, Mr. Evil One. The reason I mention that is because my birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks, and seeing how often I make videos, yeah, I probably will post one after my birthday. But yeah, Other things. I am still continuing to donate blood. I am O negative, and oh, what's the term? The previous time when I went to donate blood, I they tested me for something, and they found I was negative for it. And apparently, that's very good because my blood can be now given to babies. Apparently, it has something to do with chickenpox. There's another type of bacteria or cold or something that you can get that's related to chickenpox. Most people have it by the time they're 30. I don't. Apparently, I didn't experience that cold or bacteria or infection or virus. Virus, yes. So, since I'm negative for that, I can actually give blood to babies because everyone who's positive, babies can't defend against it. It would actually probably kill them or hurt them very badly. So, yeah, extra bonus. So instead of getting the big bags that I usually do for blood donating, they give me these small bags, or they were using the smaller bags, and that's a little different. One thing that happened, which never has happened to me before, because this is like my 9th time giving blood. They took out the needle really quick, and it felt really weird because the person was new, and they had someone teaching them how to remove the needle. It feels weird. But after they did that, and I was just laying there, all of a sudden my mouth started to get very dry, and I felt this incredibly urge of to drink water. Like I was incredibly thirsty, like crazy. And I was just thinking and trying to calm myself down, and I started feeling nauseous. What? I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I let them know. I'm like, you know what? I'm actually starting to feel nauseous. And they have me sit my legs up, where my knees are bent, and they had me lay down. They put like some wet rags here and here, and they give me a bag, and they say breathe into that, and they hold it there for me. And I was doing that for like maybe 2 minutes, and it went away. I had never experienced that before. Out of all the times I gave blood, that happened. And they kept me there for a little bit, and they're like, okay, you can sit up slowly, and I did, and they're like, oh, look, your color's back. I'm like, what? I was pale? Apparently it's a normal reaction to giving blood. I don't know. It's really odd. I don't usually have any trouble giving blood. I can watch my blood getting, before when I used to go to the doctors back in the 90s, sometimes they would take blood and I would just watch it drain out. So I know it's not that. No clue what it is. The only thing I can think of is when that girl pulled out the needle too quickly. I felt the vein move, like, go against my skin. Kind of like a spaghetti, but it's on the inside. Yeah, that's the only thing I can really think of. Also, during that day, which was actually January 15th, I went to visit my friend Javier. And sadly, it was 10 years since he pretty much passed away. But sadly, I missed his birthday. It was actually a couple of days before, but I wanted to be there for it, so that kind of sucked. But again, visiting him on a different day, thinking that was his birthday, but I'm definitely not going to make that mistake next year. But yeah, I wanted to do something special. And I was hoping maybe I would see some friends or some family there. His mom actually passed away about 2 years ago, which does kind of suck as well. But yeah, now the only one left to visit, I think, is my friend Christopher, which I know I have a couple of videos up on. But I don't know when his birthday is. I have to double check that. But yeah, that's right there on the 15th. Also, it's the same date to register for classes. A lot of stuff happened on the 15th. And of course, in March, sometime in March, I'm going to be able to donate blood once again, which should be fun. Let's see, what else is going on? I've been watching a lot of movies lately, like Django, Hansel Grail, the Vampire Killers, is it? Warm Bodies, which I actually thought was pretty good, quite funny. What else? What else? Of course, The Hobbit. You know it. I actually did see the how many seconds was it? 9-minute trailer of Star Trek Into the Dark, which I thought was pretty awesome. Let's see what else. What else? Let's see. Let's go back to conventions because I know I brought that up before about WonderCon and how it's going to be at the end of March. And I am moving my birthday, by the way, because my birthday falls on a Wednesday near the end of March, and WonderCon is after my birthday. It's for the weekend, so I'm gonna do mine on the weekend before. Isn't too big of a deal, but it's just interesting that I moved my birthday for WonderCon. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to see a lot of my cosplay friends I've seen throughout different conventions. They see them all in one place. It's amazing. I mean, you know, that's like, I don't know, some type of reunion, I guess. It's like you go through 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. Well, you know all those people, and they're in your classes, but sometimes you don't see them outside of classes. You go through different semesters. Imagine taking all those people that you've had in your class, you specifically, and they're all in one huge giant class. And you're like, wow, all of you I've had before in a class at a certain time or a certain place. Yeah, amazing. So it should be a lot of fun. My big trip, which I was extraordinarily nervous about, also I've never flown on an airplane, and I still haven't, but we'll see if that changes sometime this year. I drove to Phoenix, Arizona with my friend Pablo and his sister Erica, and that's a 6-hour drive. And the most I've probably ever driven is maybe an hour before that trip. So I drove for 2 hours, stopped, took a break, drove for 2 more hours, stopped, took a break, and drove for 2 more hours, and gosh. I left at 5:45 p.m. I got there around 1 or 2. Because there's a time difference. Because they don't believe in daylight savings, so you actually lose an hour. But I noticed something about me when I'm driving in the dark. Usually I'm okay because when you drive in the freeway, there are lights everywhere. Every which way you can think of, there are always lights. But when you get out there, there are less and less of lights there, especially in the background. So everything's pitch black. You're driving on a road that's somewhat lit but not incredibly lit. And when you look around, it's pure black. So it looks like you're not moving, even though you may be going 75, because that's the miles per hour when you're driving there. It feels like you're not moving at all. And when you look forward, it's just an odd feeling. And I kept getting that weird disorientation. Apparently it's called spatial disorientation. Pilots who fly the airplanes get that a lot. And they just have to rely on the instruments, because when they're in the sky, when you go high enough, all you see is blue. You have no concept of left, right, up, or down. Some people have said that they've flown in a circle. The airplane's actually circled, and they can't feel anything to tell a difference. That they're so high up that they can go down and down and down, and they won't be able to tell that they're actually going down or up. So they have to rely on the instruments to point which way they're going. And the same thing with me. Even though it feels like I'm not moving anywhere, and I see cars passing me, I have to look at my miles per hour to see that I'm actually still moving. And the roads are so smooth, you can't feel any bumps, and that's a problem. If anyone knows how to combat this, please let me know. I don't know if motion sickness pills will do anything to help this, because I don't know. But yes, and there's a Phoenix convention coming up where I will have to, well, I haven't gotten tickets yet. I'm thinking about it, but I will have to drive there once again. And just in case you're wondering about getting a plane could work. It takes about an hour. to get into Arizona. But to get to where Phoenix is, it's about a 5-hour wait for the next plane, which I think is completely retarded because it takes 6 hours altogether anyway. So what's the point? So chances are, if I do, I will drive again. Hopefully I'll have someone driving with me who can drive during the night if it comes to that. I guess that's probably about it. I wanted to show this because I barely got it. A huge, huge booklet that holds all of the prints I've gotten over time. And look, there's me as Zombie Spock. And of course, maybe Doom Kitty. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of prints. Yeah, so I have probably at least 25, maybe 30. And yes, I am running out of room, which means I have to probably buy more or another one of these booklets. Let's see, what else is going on? I'm trying to think, and nothing's coming to mind. It's been a boring, how many months? 4 months? 5 months for me? Yes, nothing super spectacular usually happens. Yes, I am still job hunting. I did apply at Honda a week before Valentine's Day. And, I actually got an interview because my friend works there, and he suggested I go and try out because they need people for a call center. Well, there's GameStop. And there's Fry's. I went, answered phones, customer service, and all that. So I spoke to the correct person. They got me an interview. And I go there and we start talking. And as you know, Fry's and GameStop is, well, bad. Not bad, because with Fry's, even though I got fired technically, I left on a good note, where GameStop, not so much. But the reasons for being pushed out from GameStop and from getting fired from Fry's are more ridiculous. So you have to explain that to them because they want to know why you were fired / terminated. But the main thing that they asked, which I wasn't sure of until, well, afterwards, is they asked what makes Honda so special from all the other car places. And the first thing I thought of, well, we make quality parts. They do. That's what makes them so good, reliable. But apparently it's something else. And later on, as I was walking out the door, I was thinking about Mitsubishi because they make TVs, laptops, and cars. And before that, they used to supply parts. And their name was on World War II. When I say supply parts for World War II, but their names were also on battleships. And I thought that was pretty spectacular. And I was wondering if Honda did the same thing. No, they didn't. What they did instead is they helped to improve the engine on a motorcycle. And then from there, they went into cars using that same idea of how they invented this new engine. And that's why you have the Honda engine that run better than the other ones. That's why. But anyway, as you can see, I did not get the job, which my friend was actually upset about. But yeah, it's okay. It happens, you know. But yeah, still job searching, still getting unemployment. Amazingly, although sometimes I really wish it would stop, because it's really bothersome and tiresome to keep filling that thing out every 2 weeks. List 3 jobs that you apply to, and then send it. This is going to be my actual second year being on unemployment. After a while, I'm going to start running out of places to apply. Right now, I'm doing more audio recording places online, but there's only so many that are out there in Southern California. And after that, I don't know where I'm going to apply at. Ben's Tacos, maybe. I don't know. And the best thing is, before I got this continuation, I had to go to a job agency, which is about 10 minutes away, maybe less. And you had to meet, technically, you had to meet with someone from unemployment, although they weren't from unemployment. But back then, I was really tired of the whole thing. I was getting depressed, sad, frustrated. And I was getting ready to, since I'm going to meet with someone, tell them what the heck I'm feeling. Tell them what this is doing to me. That's not that easy. And show them and tell them everything that I've been going through, what I've been feeling. No, there's no one there from unemployment. No, not at all. You don't even get to talk to anyone one-on-one. It's just a classroom, fill this out, and that's it. Go away. So that was a little discouraging. Although I did make a friend, but still a little discouraging. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's talk about the Wii U for a sec. Supposedly it's actually starting to pick up speed. It's selling pretty well. At first it was selling okay, and maybe not as good because a lot of people thought the Wii U was some type of add-on to the Wii, which is why I never liked the Wii U as a name, because people were going to make that mistake. Nintendo stock is still down, which sucks because I invested in it. Still waiting for it to go back up because I know they're an awesome company. I know they can do it, but they haven't done it yet. And just in case you're wondering, I invested right before the 3DS came out, because I was hoping for it to go up. And the funny thing is, the 3DS is, yes, selling still better than the Wii U. And probably better than the DS right now, even though the DS Lite, no, that's not even in circulation. The DSi and the DS XL, those are still in production. But yeah, apparently a 3DS is still showing better than that, which I think is awesome. And then I heard news about the PlayStation 4, which we don't know what it looks like. Controller looks exactly the same, which is fine. No, I have nothing against that. People are familiar with it. There's no new thing to get used to. They add a couple more things to it. And there's this thing called Ustream, which people thought was exclusive to PS4, but apparently it's not. And it should be coming out sometime later this year in the holiday. I guess November. What else? PS Vita isn't doing so well. And that's the thing. I've been reading in different articles about the Vita, and it hasn't actually been doing well since launch. It hasn't really picked up, or yeah, it just has been moving. They have been moving too many products of it. And the article I read, because they were talking about this, is basically the reason it hasn't been selling well is basically there's a lot of PS3 games for it that were just ported over to the Vita. And if you have a PlayStation, then it's maybe a little redundant. I know some people like to play your PlayStation 3s on the go, their PlayStation 3 games, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think other people want variation. So if it's a God of War game, you want this to be a very new and unique God of War game, not something you could play on your home console the same way you're playing it on this one. Another thing I think that was making the Vita not sell so well is their memory sticks, which are mandatory that you have to play games. But that's not a huge problem, but it's the pricing that's a problem. The 2 gig, I don't know how many other gigs, but the most expensive one costs like $100 and something, and they don't change the price. I really should have looked it up, but yeah, apparently those memory sticks are expensive, and there's no third-party company you can go to because Sony's the only one who makes it. So in a way, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. But yeah, I've heard more about the next generation of the Xbox, the 720, the Pulse, whatever you want to call it, where they had that extended view, where it goes beyond your television and projects onto the walls, so to speak, which I think is a pretty fascinating idea. Maybe holographic video games will come out next, where it just kind of transforms your room into the game. Wouldn't that be something? Not sure how they would do that, but hey, if they can bring Tupac back to life and make a rap on stage, I'm pretty sure they can they might be able to do that a couple years later with video games. Just have everything projected around you at certain spots. Make an interactive room. Maybe Sony will be the first one to make an actual PlayStation area. Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's it about the video game news. Although there is a handheld that NVIDIA is coming out with, and it's supposed to compete with all the other handhelds, the Vita and the 3DS. And of course, that other console, is it Ouya, that's coming out soon? So that should be something. Again, I don't know when that's going to come out, but I know it's $99, so I think that'll be pretty cool. I might not get it, we'll see. I don't even have the Wii U because it, to be honest, didn't really interest me. The games that came out for it, only the Zombie U kind of looked interesting until I found out that they recycled the characters. So every 8th or 10th zombie is duplicates. So if you have 30 zombies, then you have 3 of the same throughout the whole thing. Like, oh, those 3 look the same, and they walk the same, and they attack the same. Those 3 look the same, those 3 look the same, those 3. So, yeah. I heard Watch Dogs is actually coming to the Wii U, which should be something pretty awesome. If you haven't seen the trailer, type it in. Or gameplay, I should say. Not even the trailer. Go for like the first 10 minutes of the gameplay. Because everything, even the gameplay itself, looks like a movie cutscene. And that's the way the game is. It has that superb smoothness and quality to it. I'm just amazed. So I might just have to get the Wii U. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? I'm thinking. No, I can't think of too much more. Sadly. But anyway, I guess that's going to do it for now. Still trying to think. Oh yeah, Man of Steel. Apparently they're going to show it at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, which I did not get tickets to. I woke up super early trying to win them, get them, and no luck. So there's a pretty good chance I won't be going there. Yeah, so Man of Steel is going to debut there. And for some people who have already seen it, because they've been screening it at certain places, they're calling it the best superhero movie ever, or the best superhero movie of the year. So now I'm kind of excited. I really want to see that and see how well it really is. And I hope it lives up to the hype of what everyone is saying. Because they really need to put Superman back on track. Christopher Reeve did it well. Brandon Routh, not so much. It was a crappy script. So it wasn't really his fault, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's going to do it. So, I hope you all are doing well. Hopefully I'll make a video sooner rather than later. If not, then it'll probably be another 4-3 months when I make another one. Anyway, yeah, that should be it. I will see you guys later. Take care.